Welcome back to Knights of the Republic 2. We have droids to go hunting for still. So we're going to go check out the situation here past this. Immediately finding this fella. Actually, I should run through here while the shield is still up. Probably. I think it's just damage taken, right? It's actually not even actually a problem. Time-wise. Okay, well he doesn't want to follow me, which is obnoxious. Sir? 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 I can't detect him from here. How? Wait. Oh my god. Okay, will you follow me out of the fucking burning fire, please? Come on. There we go. We'll get him on the way back for loot. Well, assuming there's any loot to be had from him, of course. But we have gotten some good things from these bodies, so we definitely want to properly scope them out. Okay, nothing hiding in these corners that I ran past. So this is back at the start. This is where this guy killed some other ones. Yeah, nothing else we can do with him. He's fully engaged in repair mode. I only have 4 parts. Yeah, okay, never mind. You can live your life. We don't get that bonus. Actually, if I do... Nope, I can't get the repair. Okay. I'm actually 1 point off, I think. But we're not going to get that. Yeah. Well, that was not much. Okay, so this mining shield is nearly depleted. But we don't ever have to go back that way, so let's just switch to a nice, fresh energy shield, of which we have many. Then yeah, I keep the survey gear, I think, here just to optimize checks over saves. I don't think I need to do saves, honestly. I think, it's probably just more efficient or safer to go with skill boosting equipment in 2. Versus save boosting equipment, because, you know, you're not gonna need a save during a dialogue option that you would otherwise, you know, not be able to come back to, but you might need a skill check. With proper planning and looking ahead a little bit at some docks, I can definitely figure out what I'll need and optimize, but we're definitely not making saves right now against, like, these regular droid attacks. Just want to make sure we didn't miss anything in these corners for droid corpses. Okay. Looks like we're probably about done. We'll run the whole loop here. Oh, wait, you're alive. Okay, yeah, so I don't have this cleared yet. Okay. Yeah, these guys are just killing each other. Oh, He threw a grenade at me. I might actually need to make saves. Alright, fair enough. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I don't think there are any droids hiding over here, but again, we might as well be sure. I definitely, like, want to try and optimize XP gains as much as I can, because I'm just kind of curious with, you know, very carefully optimizing XP and Sith Lord Restored content, how high of a level we can actually achieve. Broadening chamber. Okay, cool. There was a guy out there. I was thinking this linked up. I couldn't remember exactly the path here. We gotta go back outside there and get that other guy in the corner. It was a decent use of stun droid. Alright. Did I check this corner thoroughly? I think I did, but I feel obligated to go back because, yes. I just, I always doubt myself. It's like, I definitely did it, but also, what if I didn't? Alright, looks like that's about it. And we'll never be able to come back here, so... all the more reason we had to be thorough, right? What a dramatic escape. Oh, that's the guy from the Hollow thing. Yeah. Mr. Goggles. Oh my god, you're not HK-47.
It is a pleasure to see you alive, Master, provided my receptors are not off focus. How may I be of assistance?
How do you know me? I'm not your master.
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Don't you tell me anyway.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
How come I don't remember any of this?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
That feels like, not speculation. That feels like factual statement being presented as speculation. Incapacitated.
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious.
What do you mean, drugged?
Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold.
Locked.
Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
And, what happened next?
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
Any idea what it attacked the small freighter?
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel. And when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
What was this freighter that the Harbinger brought on board?
Explanation? I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
I don't remember this. Also, I'm looking at my character's eyes and they look like empty fucking voids. I think they are. I think my eyes aren't loaded. Am I seeing this correctly? My eyes are missing? I'm trying to remember the finer plot details here. Was like Kreia on the Ebon Hawk or something, and the droid was on the Harbinger, and they were both looking for the exile or something. I don't remember. I'm speculating mostly based off the conversation here, and I'm just trying to rack my brain to remember how Kreia, why she is here, right? I know Kreia's, backstory, her purpose, the secret of her character. I just don't remember how she gets in the picture in terms of the backstory. I know obviously you find her in the morgue, but how did she get on the ship, right? What was her actual goal there? That's what I don't remember. Like if she was on the Harbinger or if she was on the Ebon Hawk. Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
And the Ebon Hawk came here.
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
How so?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
How did they find out I was a Jedi?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? I hope all that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
So he basically stirred up conflict amongst the miners by telling them who I was as a method to, destabilize the situation here or whatever. Unpleasantness? What are you talking about?
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believe you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
Then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
So what happened to the rest of the miners?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Sadly enough, what do you mean?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are there any left alive?
Answer: I do not know, Master. Ironically enough, any miner that fled to the dormitory level to protect themselves from the droids and the explosions would find themselves in a gas-filled death trap.
I think we should probably stick with light side points still here, at least for now. I think the logic of building up a small reservoir of light side points initially makes sense still. So somewhat against character, I'm gonna say, all right, we gotta rescue them. I need to get in there and rescue them.
It is unlikely any miners remain alive. As I said, the dormitory has been cut off from the rest of the facility, as has the hangar bay. There is no escape.
Can we try to contact them using a comm link?
Apology. Unfortunately, communication with the dormitory section is severed, Master. It is perhaps for the best, especially if any other accidents have occurred in that section. If that were the case, the severed comm link would have spared us the satisfaction of hearing the miners' screams as they lived out their last moments in fear and terror.
There must be another way.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right.
Warning. Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Right, so he destabilized the facility because he is in league, or at least hired by, or however, whatever his deal is with the Sith, right? Which is why we got Scion and Nihilus on their way. I'm going to find those miners, and you're going to help me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Yes, and? How do I get the code?
Correction. Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
Please elaborate.
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed musing. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession. Conjecture. I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Voice printed?
Explanation. Yes, Master. Many consoles have voice recognition sensors built into their systems so that only selected individuals can unlock them.
But you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
Then how can I bypass the voice print?
Answer, Master, you cannot. You are trapped here just as I am. There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
I had some more questions for you.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
What are you?
Proud answer. I am an HK Series Protocol Droid Master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy.
I.e., assassination.
6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Veiled threats, you say?
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations.
What's a translation droid doing on Paragus? We already know this, actually. Well, I guess we can ask it.
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module
It is different
alarming
dialogue.
frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
And what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Paragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
You can wait all you want, but I'm getting out of here on my own.
Condescending retraction. I believe you will do your best, Master. This facility would have to be nailed down with a droid-level precision to prevent your escape. Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Have you seen a T3 unit?
Hesitant answer. A T3 utility droid would be our common sight in this facility. It is indeed curious that I have not seen many since my arrival. However, I feel I must inform you that, droid prejudice aside, T3 models exhibit excessive individualism when not routinely memory wiped. This individualism can become such a nuisance that even a droid such as myself is tempted to reduce them to their base components, if not crush them into slag. But enough of my seemingly irrelevant tangent. Where did you leave the droid, Master? That would logically be the best place to look.
Was last seen near the hangar.
Answer. Then that would explain why such a
God damn it.
T3 unit isn't here, Master. I believe my photoreceptors are functioning adequately enough to verify that.
Then maybe you can answer something else for me.
Of course, Master. How may I be of assistance?
How can I get into the hangar bay?
Recitation. You need to open the airlock and use the construction scaffolding on the exterior
Okay,
of
already
the
knew
asteroid
this.
to make your way to the dormitory section. Of course, for that, you would need to unlock the maintenance console, and without the maintenance officer to speak the voice print protocol...
Okay. And, that body there?
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Did he say anything at the end?
Recitation? Oh yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
Wait, if you could play back his voice, can't you speak the voice code?
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Believed to possess.
Irritated statement. Master, if you insist on echoing everything I say, this already tedious conversation is in danger of becoming even longer. Clarification. But yes, most droids are believed to possess ethics programming. Such programming would prevent me from using my incredible talents to break a voice print code.
I believe these persuade options are better done when we have the sonic sensor that we'll need later to get the door open.
Of course, Master.
Looks like that's it. We got some light side points, a bunch of XP. Still not very light, so just a little bit of a buffer there still. Alright, components, chemicals, repair kit. Yeah, typical. Little loot, nothing too special. That's where we came in. Okay, we got a workbench. Some way of recording voice, playing it back. Yeah. Cover the Hawk. Bonus history has been updated. Okay. Alright, with the protocol droid's help, I finished working on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using the ability to record and play back voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. So, is this HK here? Why would HK help the maintenance guy make this? I don't know, but that's weird, but maybe? Alright, we can make spikes, we can make parts. I cannot make security tunnelers unless I have 3 security. That's interesting. I have 1 in inventory. So there's an argument to go to 3 security, so at least I can make tunnelers. I'll have to keep that in mind. I have no spikes. I have 193 components. We'll do a few of these. Field survival pistol, 1 to 4. Bonus crit damage. Fully upgradable. We can make a longsword. The rest of these require... Wait, do I not have 6 repair? Various upgrades. How do we... Okay, first question. What is my actual repair? Okay, it is 6, so I guess it's the base rank specifically, not the stat bonuses? Oh yeah, and upgrading is here. I can upgrade the miner uniform? Interesting. Okay, incompatible because that's not armor. I get it. I understand. Computer use 5, repair 5, security 5, security 3. Wait, I think I looked at the wrong thing. Current repair 6, repair 11, yes. Okay. So a lot of repair to craft shit. I could make a field survival pistol. I'm not sure that provides... Oh, it's only 3 components? Alright. I'll make it for 3. Let's make some parts. Yeah, let's maybe hold off there. Maybe I shouldn't have made 10. But fully repairing a droid does take quite a bit. Now that we have a workbench, let's formally stick this on difficult. I may end up resetting the difficulty to low or to normal if we run into mines specifically that we can't get. Okay. Okay, so that's here. Oh, hello.
Greetings.
Come and get me.
It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Okay. Oh, these are just like debuffing. This is very funny. Alright, so I do know that we want to do the voice print ourselves before asking HK to do it to like maximize our XP gain. Drop that just a couple notches more. Hello. Probably prudent to drop a couple of these. Okay, I got that one at least. Nice. Slick! Okay. There shouldn't be any downside to bashing a door open, right? Oh, hello. Because I should only need to use security spikes on, specifically... Hello. I probably should be killing you first. I feel like you're more dangerous. Oh, I'm dying. Evade! Evade! Run! Fall back, fall back, fall back. Don't get shot, don't get shot, don't get shot. Don't get burned, don't die. Okay, that was questionable. No, don't fucking shoot. I need you to med pack. Okay. Maybe we pop a quick energy shield here, too.
It's a pleasure to see you intact.
Alright. Well, I was saying something I don't remember now. Oh yeah, I guess spike optimization. Okay, we got multiple doorways here to go. Okay. To Harbinger Harbinger engine deck. Fuel line to the Harbinger. The Harbinger's here? Wait, is the Harbinger... Is the Harbinger the Republic ship that, like, Scion comes on or something? Let's check the log. 23 versus 26. And I can't make tunnelers. Okay, we got a maintenance station. Let's check this first. Okay, a lot of things. Check system ID log. Also, is there like a ringing phone? Okay, yeah, I can't like access a comm link or something. Check ID signature. This computer matches the console signature from where the sedative command was issued that killed all the miners. Order was given a few minutes before the emergency lockdown. Numerous overrides were bypassed under the guise of issuing emergency treatment. Furthermore, it appears 2 cameras from the medical bay were linked to this terminal, then locked in place. Camera to the morgue and the camera to the room with the colto tanks. No record of who issued these, or whoever issued must have had full access to the terminal. Maintenance logs. Sonic imprint sensor.
Finished the sonic imprint sensor prototype for the mining droids. Everyone knows they need an upgrade. The sensor should allow me to issue voice commands to them rather than manually adjusting their routine each time the mining specifications change. I've been keeping the sensor in the maintenance workshop for the time being. I wanted to test it first by recording and playing back some simple voice commands. Finished my examination of the droids from the Ebonhawk freighter. The T3 unit looked like it had shut itself down. The protocol droid, however, made up for it. It talked my ear off for most of the hour, asking questions about the facility, the personnel, and so on. Still, it wanted to make itself useful, so I put it to work until its master wakes up from the med bay. It seems to have some skills in speaking to droid behavior cores, so... There's been some trouble with some of the mining droids, so I'm signing off.
Oh, you fool.
Been speaking to the protocol droid about the Jedi in med bay. I thought they'd all gone away or been killed in the Jedi Civil War. The droid told me that his master's the only Jedi he knows of in all the galaxy, and that the Jedi had served in the Mandalorian Wars almost 10 years ago. That would have meant that the Jedi served under Revan for a time. Maybe the Jedi knows what happened to Revan after the end of the Jedi Civil War. Been too busy to enter a log for a while. There's been more and more accidents since that Jedi arrived. The miners are starting to get restless, especially Corda. Corda said the exchange is offering a huge bounty on Jedi Knights and that we can make a fortune if we sell the Jedi to Nar Shaddaa. Security shut down that idea pretty quick. But I don't think Corda and his men are gonna give up that easy. I mentioned the trouble to the Jedi's protocol droid. He seemed concerned about his master's safety. I told the droid not to worry. The Corda wouldn't... With the protocol droid's help, I made some upgrades to the sonic imprint sensor, using some of the droid's vocabulary.
It was HK.
Routines. In addition to its ability to store and record voices, it now has the droid's full array of alien languages, including Basic. Should prove useful as a portable translator. I tried to make sure the protocol unit got some credit for helping fashion it, but the droid refused, saying the work was reward enough. I was thinking of installing the prototype in one of the mining droids as a test, and see what happens.
Okay, access log 25315 voice print ID.
When the dock officer reported the droids repairing the Ebonhawk, I installed a voice print ID on the droid console system. Someone ordered them to repair that freighter, but I can't find a trace of the order anywhere. If anyone tries that again, they won't be able to do it from this terminal unless I let them. The voice print should cut any user off from the central functions unless I give the code.
Alright, security problems.
The maintenance check on the droids didn't help. If anything, the accidents have increased. Security interrogated me about the droids and they weren't too happy with my answers. I don't understand it, though. These aren't combat models. They shouldn't even know how to attack. I can't help but think, what if somebody staged the initial trouble with the mining droids just to get them all sent to maintenance, and then did something to them? I think security's right. Someone's trying to sabotage this facility and they're using the droids to do it. But why?
You played right into HK's hands. Emergency subroutines. Check for exits from the fuel depot. Containment field active. Active. Shutdown active. Containment field active. Breach in fuel lines. Access to hangar bay denied. Check source of breach. System is registering a blast on one of the main fuel lines. The containment field is activated to keep the explosion isolated in the hangar bay and fuel lines. Okay. Awareness. This could imply that the fuel lines directly connect to the hangar bay. If you get access to the fuel lines, you could bypass containment field entirely. Check fuel lines. Well, the fuel lines are currently sealed because no ships are docked. They would open automatically if a ship did arrive. That would mean you would have access to the docked ship and could go through the fuel lines to reach the hangar, however, which would be an extreme means of gaining access. Check other exits. Turbo lift to admin. Access to fuel depot denied. Access to admin permitted. Turbo lift to the admin level is programmed to automatically open only when entering admin from the fuel depot. Okay. Turbo lift to mining. Detonations detected. Venting systems activated. Access denied. Turbo lift has been locked down. Prevented from being open. You cannot re-enter. Okay. Airlock. We got a camera with some droids. Sealed from inside the level as if someone is preventing... As if to prevent someone from coming in from outside. Open door to airlock. Access denied. Voice print required. Strange enough, the console has been voice printed. Not only does it require code, code has to be spoken in the user's voice. Yep. Comm system. Run a diagnostic on damaged systems. Signaling destroyed comm system from fuel depot inoperative. Comm system circuit has been severed with a laser drill. Too much interference in the rock delay to contact any other level via comm link. Access cameras. Containment field. Sealed by emergency lockdown. However, new programs have been introduced to keep it from opening even if lockdown is canceled. There's no way to shut down the field. It means anyone in the facility is cut off from the hangar bay. Maintenance level camera. Fuel line sensors. We got T3 in the fuel line. Fuel line deposits fuel into docked starships. Since no ships are currently docked, it is sealed. Appears to be a damaged T3 unit dumped in the fuel line. Maybe you're missing T3. There's also some sort of metal case next to the T3, but you can't make it out. It may have been deliberately dumped down there. Airlock cameras. That's it. Okay. So we got one code. We learned some stuff. How many security tunnelers do I have? One. Yikes. I could save scum this. Or I could just try and, you know, actually eventually get enough resources that I can open it. Let's just take a look. Fuck it. Yeah, broken items. But a reflex package. Tempting. I guess the other consideration here is we're down by 3 points. If I do level up and I go +3 security, then I have it anyway, right? But that would be all cross skill, and that would be a poor use of my capabilities long term. Maybe we should just keep looking around. Loading mines. Well, I don't like that one fucking bit. Do you really need to get that close? Okay. So that's the airlock, right? Okay, and then these are the shielded doors. Okay, so maybe... Do I have to, like, go up? Wait, can I go up? Because there was maintenance logs, or logs from the maintenance guy, oops, on the upper level somewhere.
Greetings. pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Oh, yeah. There's a turbo lift there to the admin level. I bet you I need to go back to admin to try and find more stuff. You have anything to say to me?
Survived the tunnels. Find anything when you were down there? Found anything?
I found a talkative protocol droid down in the fuel depot.
Yeah? Did you blow it up?
No, but I thought about it.
Yeah, well, watch your back. Droids can't be trusted.
The miners may still be alive, trapped in the dormitory section.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
I need to open an airlock, but it's sealed with a voice print protocol.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
Looks like it.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
I do have a sonic sensor and the code, I just need to find the right words.
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
I'll return if I find anything else. Alright. Yeah, admin console here.
Track to the...
Yeah.
Question.
No, it would say sonic function if it had something. So yeah, nothing there. Security. Docking. Security room is there. So probably that computer had stuff. Mining droid maintenance logs.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find.
Yeah, not really like
Idiot.
obvious
So,
obvious source of the code bit. Okay, so there's the second one. Now where's the third? Because I don't remember where that might have been. I don't really remember seeing this maintenance guy previously. Hmm. Where else were computers? Security room. Talked about the personal logs and maintenance. We got one there. There wasn't another computer. No, there's not like one on the lower level there. Also, I might be able to interrogate HK about medical bay murders. But I wonder if I should do the voice print thing first. Maybe not. Also, let's just open that locked container at this point. Oops, I didn't see what was in there. My bad. Field survival pistol we made. Energy shield. We know there was the reflex package. Adrenals. Spikes I made. Ionite edge might be new. Maybe. Okay, well. I did make that field survival pistol. It'd be 11 versus 12. This could be upgraded? We never looked at that. Oh, that's just one reflex. I was thinking this was the +1 dex thing from KOTOR 1. It is the equivalent of it, but it is different in this game. Okay. Yeah, I got the one log there. There wasn't another one back, another computer by HK, was there? I really don't think there was.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you in
Oh!
Master.
Maybe the words HK says, like, do it or something? Let's check the upgrades. This adds keen. More crit damage. Can we remove these? Yeah. Okay. Even more crit damage or damage in general. Let's take just regular damage. So 3 to 6, and then crit is effectively times 3. 17 to 20. I mean, that's certainly a plausible weapon. So the mining laser works in offhand. So let's do survival, mining. +2, +0. Versus what was +6? It's not. I don't think it's worth doing yet. I think we switch to it when we get the next tier of dual wield. Okay, I'm gonna do a little save here. Let's talk to HK.
Greeting. It is a greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Ah, okay, yes. Can you play back the maintenance officer's last words?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone that... Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at
So he says
communication
5 there, which is
in decibel
one of the
master,
numbers in the code,
ranging
right?
from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg
Yeah.
for his life.
Why does it say, can you repeat that?
Recitation. Oh. 5 droids. Addendum.
Maintenance officer terminal, activate this. Okay, I think we should do that now.
Greeting. It is
Okay, so there's nothing here about the medical bay murders. Okay. I might want to look up that quest because I don't know if there's maybe a buried option under one of HK's lines somewhere that I need to trigger again to progress that. Enter a voice print code. Wait, is this... Hold on.
Maintenance, control. Voice print, ID, R1B5.
So that has opened up the airlock, presumably. So I'm wondering if that has locked me out of the extra XP from talking to HK, or if I can still do that. Because I might need to do that part.
objection.
Okay, persuade plus sonic sensor. The fact that you can mimic voices is pretty impressive. What would it sound like if you did speak the code?
Proud answer. Master, I believe my vocabulator is working adequately enough to accommodate your request. A recitation.
Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5.
There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yes, that's all I'll need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Bye! Okay, I didn't get XP for that. So, if we go back here... and we talk to him again...
Greeting.
Oops, I totally missed the pop-up. Well, it worked. I mean, I didn't see what the pop-up was, but it worked. We're 400 from level here. Okay. Well, I think we can leave it there. Probably only difference of a few hundred XP. We can pick up here next time and head out through the airlock or whatever we need to do.